The parking garage was supposed to be empty at 11:47 p.m. Maya Chen knew this because she always worked the late shift at the diner 3 blocks over, always parked on level 2, and always counted on those few minutes of quiet. Before driving home to her daughter Lily, who was 7 years old and already asleep in her grandmother's arms by the time Maya got back. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments where in the world are you watching from. It was a Tuesday. It smelled like rain and engine oil. Maya was thinking about the overdue electric bill and whether Lily's cough was getting worse when she heard it. A single sharp crack that bounced off concrete walls and slammed into her chest like a fist. She stopped walking. Every instinct told her to run. She was a mother first, and mothers run toward their children, away from danger, away from whatever made that sound. Her feet did not move. She stood there for 3 full seconds that felt like 30, and then she heard something that broke her completely open. A child crying. Not one child, 2, high and desperate and terrified. 2 small voices tangled together in the dark. Maya ran toward them. She found him on level 3, slumped against a concrete pillar, with one arm wrapped around 2 toddlers, a boy and a girl, maybe 18 months old. Identical dark eyes wide with fear, and the other arm pressed hard against his side, where his white shirt had turned a deep and spreading red. He looked up at her. His jaw was clenched. His eyes were sharp despite everything, measuring her in the way people do when they have learned not to trust easily. "They tried to take them," he said, and his voice was calm in the way that only very controlled or very desperate people manage. "2 men. They're gone. I need—" He stopped. His arm around the twins tightened. Maya was already kneeling. She had studied nursing for 2 years before. Lily's father left and the money ran out, and the dream quietly folded itself up and put itself away. She had not thought about those years in a long time. Her hands remembered. She pulled her scarf from her neck without thinking, pressed it against his wound, told him to keep pressure there, told him her name, asked his, checked the twins with her eyes while her hands worked. No blood on them, no visible injuries, just terror and confusion and the particular grief of children who do not understand what has happened, but know that something is wrong. His name was Daniel. He said it simply, without a last name, and she did not ask. She called. 911. She stayed on the line. She talked to the twins. Their names were Ava and Noah, and she sang the same silly song she sang too. Lily, when the world felt too big. Something about a moon and a lighthouse and finding your way home. And slowly the crying quieted. The ambulance came in 6 minutes. The paramedics came. Men in dark suits arrived shortly after, speaking into earpieces, scanning the garage with the focused calm of people trained for exactly this. Daniel was lifted onto a stretcher. As they wheeled him away, he turned his head and looked at her, really looked at her, and said, "Thank you, Maya." She drove home shaking. She checked on Lily. She sat in the kitchen until 3 a.m. drinking cold tea and telling herself it was over. It was fine. She had done what anyone would do. She believed none of it and all of it at once. 3 days later, she was at the diner when her manager came to find her with an expression she had never seen on his face before, something between shock and reverence, and told her there was a man asking for her at the door. Daniel Ashworth was standing on the sidewalk in a charcoal coat, one arm still bandaged, Ava on his hip and Noah holding his free hand, both toddlers wearing tiny matching jackets. Behind him idled a black car that probably cost more than Maya's apartment building. She learned his last name from the internet that night, after he had sat in the diner for 2 hours and drank 3 cups of coffee and listened. Really listened. While she talked about Lily, about nursing school, about the electric bill, about the particular exhaustion of building a life with no floor beneath you. He did not offer her money. He offered her something harder to give. Time, attention, the weight of being genuinely seen. What came after was not a fairy tale. It was something more real and more lasting than that. A foundation was built. The Ava and Noah Foundation. that funded nursing education for single parents across the country. Maya completed her degree 2 years later with Lily in the front row wearing a yellow dress and crying the happy kind of tears. A family assembled itself not from biology, but from choice. From the kind of love that begins not with attraction, but with a person deciding, in a dark and frightening moment, not to walk away. Maya always said she had only done what anyone would do. Daniel always said that was exactly why it mattered, because not everyone does. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that ordinary people do extraordinary things every single day, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories, because these stories deserve to be told, and you deserve to hear them.